We have done everything that we were required to do. But I've said this in meetings, but we can't allow us to keep quiet as if we're not leading people. We need to tell people what's happening. Yes, they see there's a pipe being, built here. Yeah, there's a pump now that so Mahalis, which is the biggest thing that we are tracking now, is that they must build a booster pump, install a booster pump so that we get the 12.5 megaliters that they had promised us. But this has been happening since end of June.
What is at its core, and this answers probably a lot of the questions that I have prepared today, what challenges are really in the system? We can use water as an example, but clearly, because you're saying there were deliverables, there were deadlines, but till today there are people who are getting sporadic water and so forth and so forth. We said it earlier, this is just one of 30 other disciplines that we should be attending to. What is at the heart of the problem? From your 1 year in office.
The system is not agile enough. The culture is just not supporting agility, doesn't support innovation. People do what the bare minimum, and you must poke them to but why don't you do this? I mean, if I tell you now, Brad Dave, that you have hydrants where water tankers withdraw water from. It's your water. But you have no way you can give me a report how much water we gave to our water tankers to check if there's value for money, if we are efficient, if the water actually gets into the tankers to the people so that when we check, So just why wouldn't you think of that as part of the value chain of the work that you do? So there is that. But also there's an element which I always say, my experience is that it's not the majority of officials, but there are officials who are working to make profits. We've arrested them.
I was about to ask, they're officials, they're working for government. Why does the word profit come into play?
Maybe the monies we give them, they are not enough. And so maybe they go there with ambitions, or they get into the system, they get too familiar with the system. You would recall the case of people stole transformers.
It was a big one.
Right. I
think you were early into your office, isn't it?
Yes. And there were 3 that so the investigation went on for a few months, and then there's 3 that is now in court with the chief buyer. Chief buyer is now can be given bail. I hope they keep it that way. So that case is going on. Yeah. There's a case of, so I'm giving you examples in different departments. There's a case of a lady in finance. This lady, if you owe the municipality 10 million rand, she ring-fence it for you, you pay her. Then when we go do Tshwane Adima, your name doesn't appear because you are protected in the system.
No.
Ekurhuleni and Joburg, exactly the same. I've spoken to those mayors, Mayor Xhakaza and Morero, when they told me about this. It was before Our Lady got arrested. I went back, I said, guys, is it possible that is happening with us? As if, universe works in different ways. A few weeks later, we had our hours.
Never. Wait a minute.
Yes.
I'm a business. I'm a mall.
Yes.
I don't pay.
Yes.
And who contacts who? Because Lona Lira Tshwane Adima, you're about to tima me.
Yes. So,
and then what happens?
So I will walk here. Brad Dave, you are owing 10 million rands here.
I can see because I work for Tshwane.
Yeah, no, it's me working for Tshwane. I'm coming to you as a mall.
Yes.
Saying, listen, you're owing 10 million rands here. I've got the power to make sure that you don't pay this amount. All you need to do is to pay me every month. And then I'll make sure.
We can negotiate.
Until that day where you go on leave. You must never go on leave, because most of these things we find when the people go on leave, the other day. So this is, now I've told you about electricity. I've told you now about finance.
Pause 1 second. Electricity. Where's that lady now?
She's at home, and there's a disciplinary process that is happening, and there's a criminal case that has been opened against her, but she's at home. But my suspicion is that she would not be that bold if she was working alone. Now, group property. One day we are in Denville, Ward 16. We are doing our scouting for buildings that belong to us. There's a shopping complex there. We go in. Where are your leases? We don't have. No. So we walk away that day knowing that we are coming back to do a proper operation. The council had alerted me. And it's the properties do belong to the city.
And yet they have tenants.
Of course, and they are paying, not the city, but someone. Now we come back. So I think we're there. I can't remember where I was coming from, but I go there hour and a bit and I go home. I say, well, we need an operation in Danville. The day that we were there, it just happened that a lady had called this lady who's owning a bottle store and said, the previous day, I can give you a lease.
Okay.
Of 30,000 rands.
Yo.
Now, one of the things we notice with the lease agreements, the signatories, you only have one line of accountability. One person can authorize, in terms of the law, who gets to sign on behalf of the city in terms of properties. This one has two group heads. One is on suspension.
Okay.
The other one, the title is not the current titles that we are using. They used to be called strategic executive heads. Now they are called group heads. Now this one, the title is wrong. Obviously, that means the group head would not sign knowing that. So we knew there was something. Yeah. So then we said, okay, call her back. Now this happened. So she got a call the previous day to say, but you guys are coming here, but you said you're going to give me a lease. We then say, call the number, calls the number. Yeah, but you don't tell people, just bring 30,000 rand and so we then do a sting operation. That thing takes a long time to get all the clearance to do it. By the way, operation. I know I'm living in a movie.
You are living in a movie.
And so we then we throw 30,000 rand, we give and we go, and our Metropolis guys, I know, then they look for a judge to sign. It takes, I think, around 4. Say, no, let's meet in McDonald's in the CBD. So they go, 2 ladies arrive.